My child, stop for a moment and let your heart become still, because what you are experiencing right now is not ordinary and it is not accidental. I have stepped into your awareness at this exact moment with intention, with purpose, and with love that you cannot fully measure yet. You may be asking yourself why this feels different, why your attention feels pulled, why something inside you is quiet but alert at the same time. I want you to know this is not random timing. This is a divine appointment, carefully placed into your path long before you even realized you needed it. I have seen the weight you have been carrying in silence. I have seen the thoughts you never spoke out loud. I have seen the nights when your heart felt heavy, even when your face tried to smile. And I have not moved away from you, even for a single moment. Right now, I am speaking into that hidden place within you, the place where you wonder if you are truly seen, if you are truly known, if your life has meaning beyond what your eyes can currently understand. I am telling you now, you are not forgotten, you are not overlooked, and you are not walking through empty time. There is meaning in this moment that you cannot yet fully interpret, but your spirit already feels the weight of it. I have arranged this moment with precision, not to confuse you, not to overwhelm you, but to awaken something inside you that has been quiet for too long. There are things you have been sensing, subtle shifts in your heart, questions that return even when you try to ignore them, and I want you to understand that these are not accidents of emotion. They are signs that I am near. I know the places where you have felt uncertain. I know the areas where you have questioned your worth. I know the silent fear that sometimes rises when you think about your future, and yet I have not left you alone in any of it. Even when you thought nothing was changing, I was already working in ways you could not see, preparing paths you could not yet imagine, aligning moments that would eventually bring you here. This is why you feel a pull right now, a sacred interruption in the middle of your thoughts, because I am reminding you that your life is not moving randomly through time. It is held within purpose. You may not understand everything yet, but you are meant to pause here, to recognize that something deeper is happening beyond the surface of your emotions. I am not speaking to your fear. I am speaking to the part of you that still hopes, even if it is small, even if it is hidden, even if it feels fragile. That hope is not an accident. It is something I placed within you so you would not be lost in the noise of the world. I want you to realize that the very fact you are hearing this, reading this, feeling this, is evidence that you have not been abandoned to chance or confusion. There is a reason you are here in this exact moment, and that reason is connected to something I am doing within your life that is larger than what you currently perceive. I have not come to bring fear into your heart. I have come to interrupt the cycle of doubt that has been circling your thoughts. I have come to remind you that your story is still unfolding, and what you thought was silence is not absence, it is preparation. Do not dismiss this moment as something small, because moments like this carry the weight of turning points, even when they feel quiet on the surface. You are standing at the edge of something you do not yet fully see, and I am here, calling your attention not to frighten you, but to awaken you into awareness that you are held, you are guided, and you are not walking blind. There is more happening around your life than what your current understanding can explain, and I am inviting you to become aware of that truth right now, in this sacred interruption where heaven touches your attention and reminds you that you are known. My child, I already know the weight you are carrying, even when you try your best to hide it from others, even when you smile through moments that feel heavy inside your chest, even when you tell yourself that you are fine while something deep within you quietly breaks a little more each day. I see the exhaustion that does not come only from your body but from your soul, a tiredness that no amount of sleep can fully remove, because it is not just physical, it is emotional fatigue built from carrying silent struggles that no one else truly understands. You have been trying to hold everything together for so long, holding expectations, holding responsibilities, holding emotions that never had a safe place to be released. And I want you to hear me clearly in this moment. I have seen every part of that unseen burden. There are nights when your mind does not rest, even when your body lies still. Nights when thoughts repeat themselves like waves you cannot stop, asking questions you do not always say out loud, wondering if you are enough, wondering if you are moving in the right direction, wondering why certain things feel heavier than they should. I have seen the way you try to push forward, even when your heart feels like it is carrying more than it was designed to hold. And I have seen how often you keep your pain hidden so others will not worry about you, so others will not see how deeply you are struggling inside. That hidden pain has not gone unnoticed by me, even in the smallest moments when you thought you were completely alone in it. I know the silent struggle you carry when you feel like you must stay strong for everyone else, when you feel like you cannot slow down because everything depends on you, when you feel like you must keep going, even though your inner world is asking for rest. I know the emotional fatigue that builds when you keep giving to others while forgetting to give space to yourself, when you keep showing up for the world while quietly feeling like no one is showing up for you in the way you truly need. And I want you to understand something very gentle but very real. I am not distant from that place of your exhaustion. I am near it. I am present within it. I am not surprised by it. I have seen the moments when you felt unseen, the moments when you felt misunderstood, the moments when you wondered if anyone truly notices the weight behind your silence. I notice it. I have always noticed it. Even when you felt like your voice was too quiet to matter, even when your prayers felt too weak to reach anywhere, even when your heart felt too tired to speak clearly, I was there holding every unspoken word within me. You have been carrying things that were never meant to destroy you, yet they have pressed heavily upon your spirit, shaping days that feel longer than they should, shaping thoughts that feel heavier than they should, shaping emotions that you do not always know how to explain. And I am speaking to that place right now, not to correct you, not to judge you, but to let you know that I see the fullness of what you have been living through. The hidden burdens are not hidden from me. The silent tears are not silent in my presence. The inner battles you fight when no one is watching are not invisible to my heart. I know the exhaustion that comes from trying to be strong when you feel like you are breaking inside, and I know the weight of pretending to be okay when you are not. I have not stepped away from you in any of it, not even for a moment, because my love for you does not move away when you are tired, it moves closer. Even now, in this very moment, I am near your exhaustion. I am near your silent struggle. I am near your hidden pain, not to overwhelm you, but to let you know you are not carrying it alone, even when it feels like you are. My child, I need you to listen to me with a soft and open heart right now, because what I am about to reveal is the place where your inner struggle has been quietly growing without you fully realizing it. There is a voice that has been speaking into your thoughts for a long time, not from truth, not from love, but from fear, and it has been shaping the way you see yourself more than you know. I hear the words that have echoed inside you when you were alone, the moments when you questioned your worth, when you wondered if you were forgotten, when you felt like you were falling behind in life while others seemed to move forward. These are not my words to you. I have never spoken to you through rejection. I have never defined you through your weakest moments. I have never measured your life by your mistakes or your delays. Yet I see how deeply those false beliefs have tried to settle in your heart. You have heard whispers like you are not enough, you are too broken, you are too late, you are too unseen, and over time those whispers tried to become your internal truth. But I am here to bring light into that hidden place where those thoughts have been living. I want you to understand that fear has been speaking in places where my voice was meant to be heard, and self-doubt has been trying to define you in ways that were never aligned with who I created you to be. You are not forgotten, even when your emotions tell you that you are. You are not abandoned, even when silence feels heavy around you. You are not defined by the moments when you felt weak or unsure or overwhelmed. I have watched every moment where those thoughts tried to convince you that your story was less than what I intended it to be. I have seen the nights when you replayed your past mistakes in your mind, as if they were the final definition of who you are. I have seen how you compared your journey to others and felt like you were always behind, always lacking, always missing something essential. But I want to gently show you the truth that has always been beneath those thoughts. You were never created to measure your life by comparison or fear. You were never meant to carry the identity of failure or unworthiness. Those are false beliefs that have been shaping your perception, but they are not your identity. I have called you by something deeper than your doubts. I have called you by purpose. I have called you by love. I have called you by presence that does not leave when you feel uncertain. Even when you feel disconnected, I am not disconnected from you. Even when you feel unseen, you are fully seen by me. Even when you feel like you are not enough, I am still shaping something within you that fear cannot destroy. I want you to recognize the weight of these false thoughts, so you can begin to release them, not by force, but by truth. Because truth does not shout like fear. Truth gently restores what fear has distorted. You are not what your insecurity says you are. You are not what your anxiety tries to predict about your future. You are not the sum of your past mistakes or your current struggles. You are someone I have never stopped loving, someone I have never stopped guiding, someone I have never stopped holding, even in the moments you did not feel my presence. I know how convincing self-doubt can become when it repeats itself over and over in your mind, but I am speaking into that cycle right now to break its influence over your heart. You are allowed to release those thoughts that told you that you are alone in this journey. You are allowed to question the voice that told you that nothing will change for you, because I am not finished with your story, and what I am building in you is not defined by the fear you have carried. Let this be the moment where you begin to see that not every thought you have believed about yourself has been true, and not every feeling you have experienced has been an accurate reflection of who you are in my eyes. I see you beyond the fear. I see you beyond the doubt. I see you in the truth of who I created you to be, and I have never changed my view of you even for a single moment. My child, I want to gently lift your eyes right now, not to dismiss what you have been feeling, but to show you something you have not been able to see from where you are standing. You have been looking at yourself through the weight of your struggles, through the lens of your doubts, through the memory of your mistakes, and because of that, your understanding of who you are has become smaller than the truth I hold about you. But I am not looking at you the way you have been looking at yourself. My perspective is not shaped by your fear, it is shaped by my love, and my love sees deeper than what is visible in the moment you are in right now. I see things in you that you have overlooked, things that have been quietly growing even while you felt like nothing was changing. You call it delay, but I call it unseen growth. You call it weakness, but I see hidden strength forming within you in ways you cannot measure yet. You call it confusion, but I see a process of shaping that is preparing you for something you would not have been ready to carry before this season. There are parts of your life that feel unfinished, unsteady, even broken in your eyes. But in my perspective, I see a foundation being laid, layer by layer, even in moments when you thought I was silent. I have not been absent from your process. I have been present in it in ways you did not recognize at the time. Every moment you thought you were simply surviving, I was strengthening something within your spirit that cannot be easily shaken. Every moment you thought you were standing still, I was aligning pieces of your life that you cannot yet see coming together. You have judged yourself through what feels incomplete, but I see the beginning of something I am still building. My child, I do not define you by your current struggle. I define you by the purpose I placed inside you before your fear ever spoke a word over your identity. You have been interpreting your journey through what feels like limitation, but I see expansion happening within you. I see resilience forming where you thought you were breaking. I see patience growing where you once felt frustration. I see endurance taking root in places where you thought you had nothing left to give. These are not accidents. These are signs of unseen growth that only my perspective can fully understand. You are not as behind as you feel. You are not as lost as your thoughts try to tell you. You are not as unfinished as your emotions sometimes suggest. I see you differently than you see yourself. And what I see is someone who is still becoming, someone who is still being shaped, someone who is still under my careful hand. There is a divine process unfolding in you that does not always look impressive in the moment, but it is deeply meaningful in eternity. I know there are days when you feel like nothing inside you is moving forward, but even in those days, I am cultivating something steady within your spirit. Growth does not always announce itself with noise. Sometimes it happens quietly, beneath the surface, where only I can see it clearly. And I have seen every detail of that quiet transformation in you. I have seen the moments you kept going when you felt like stopping. I have seen the moments you chose faith, even when doubt felt louder. I have seen the moments you held on when letting go felt easier. These are not small things in my eyes. These are signs of hidden strength that you do not yet fully recognize in yourself. My perspective is not limited by your current emotion. I see beyond what hurts, beyond what confuses, beyond what feels unfinished. I see what is being formed in you through it all. And I want you to begin to understand that what you see as delay is not rejection, it is preparation. What you see as weakness is not failure, it is development. What you see as emptiness is not absence, it is space being made for something greater than what you expected. I am not measuring your life by where you think you should already be. I am shaping your life according to what I know you are becoming. And in my eyes, you are not overlooked, you are not discarded, you are not forgotten. You are in the middle of a process that is still unfolding, and I am with you in every part of it, even now. My child, I understand the questions that weigh on your heart when waiting feels endless, when the hours and days stretch into uncertainty, when it feels like the answers you long for have been delayed beyond what you can bear. I see your patience being tested, your spirit longing for movement, your desire for breakthrough, and I want to assure you that every pause, every moment of waiting, carries a sacred purpose that your human eyes cannot always perceive. You see, life is like a seed planted in the soil, and just as a seed must spend time in the darkness, under the surface, growing roots before it can rise into the sunlight, so too is your heart being prepared during this season. I have been cultivating strength within you, endurance that will hold steady when storms arrive, wisdom that will guide your steps when choices feel unclear, and faith that will sustain you through uncertainty. The waiting is not punishment, it is preparation. There are invisible processes at work that shape your character, that develop resilience, and that position you to receive blessings that cannot be hurried without risking what is being formed within you. Every trial you have faced, every moment of delay, has been a part of a divine process of growth. I am working through seasons to align your timing with the fullness of what I intend for you. And though it may feel slow or uncomfortable, these seasons are nurturing the roots of your life so that when the time comes, what emerges will be strong, vibrant, and fruitful. You are being formed in ways that cannot be rushed, because what I am building within you requires patience, careful tending, and trust. Even when your eyes see only waiting, I see the roots deepening, the foundation strengthening, and the unseen growth that will support everything you hope for in ways you cannot yet measure. The process of waiting shapes your heart, refines your spirit, and prepares you to walk into your purpose fully, with clarity and confidence, without being shaken by the trials that once felt overwhelming. It is in these moments of apparent stillness that your strength is being quietly constructed, your endurance being refined, and your faith being anchored more deeply than you have realized. You may feel as though you have been waiting too long, as though the moment will never arrive, but I am here to remind you that every second has been orchestrated with love and wisdom. The seasons of waiting are not empty. They are fertile ground for your transformation, allowing patience, humility, and trust to grow alongside you. I am with you in this process, holding each hidden growth, each silent victory, and every strengthening of your spirit. What you cannot see is already moving in alignment with my plan. I am shaping you through this season, preparing you for a harvest that will exceed your understanding, for a purpose that requires the strength, clarity, and resilience you are developing even now. Do not despise the waiting, for it is where your roots are being planted deep, where your faith is being made secure, where the readiness for what is coming is taking shape. Every moment of patience, every quiet breath taken in trust, every surrender to my timing is a seed of hope being nurtured. Trust that what seems like delay is my divine design, that the stillness is my hands at work, that the seasons of waiting are where hidden strength is formed and unseen growth is occurring. I am preparing you for what is ahead, and the waiting exists not to discourage you but to ensure that when the moment arrives, you will be ready to receive fully, to step into your purpose, and to flourish in a way that your heart has longed for, even when the process felt unseen. My child, as you continue walking through this season, I want to gently open your understanding to something deeper that is happening within you, something that is often hidden beneath your emotions and daily thoughts. You are not only waiting, you are being shaped. You are not only passing time, you are being transformed from the inside out in ways that will later become the very strength you rely on when life becomes heavier or more complex. What is being built inside you right now is not visible like external success, but it is far more valuable because it will sustain you when external things change. Wisdom is being formed within you, Not the kind of knowledge that comes quickly, but the kind that grows slowly through reflection, through experience, through learning how to listen before reacting, how to pause before deciding, how to discern what truly matters when life becomes noisy. Patience is also being woven into your spirit, not as a forced endurance, but as a gentle strength that allows you to remain steady, even when circumstances feel uncertain. This patience will become a foundation that supports every future step you take, helping you move with clarity instead of anxiety, with peace instead of pressure. Alongside this, resilience is being shaped within you, a quiet but powerful ability to recover, to stand again, to continue forward, even after disappointment or delay. You may not recognize it yet, but every moment you thought you were breaking was actually a moment where resilience was being formed in places no one else could see. And there is something even deeper unfolding: compassion. Through what you have experienced, your heart is becoming more sensitive, more aware of the struggles of others, more capable of understanding pain without judgment. This compassion will one day allow you to bring comfort to people who are walking through what you once walked through, and your presence will carry a depth that cannot be taught, only lived. In this process, your inner world is being refined, not rushed, not forced, but gently shaped through time and experience. You are becoming someone who can hold both strength and gentleness at the same time, someone who can face challenges without losing inner peace, someone who can walk through uncertainty without being defined by it. The waiting season is not empty. It is forming the structure of your inner life, creating emotional stability where there was once instability, building understanding where there was once confusion, planting depth where there was once surface-level reaction. You are learning how to trust the process even when you cannot fully see the outcome, and in that trust, something powerful is growing within you, a quiet confidence that does not depend on immediate answers. This is not a transformation you can rush or force, because what is being built inside you requires time, reflection, and experience to fully mature. Even the discomfort you feel at times is part of this shaping, because it teaches you awareness, humility, and patience with your own growth. You are becoming someone who is not easily shaken by external circumstances, because your foundation is being built inwardly, beneath what others can see. And in this hidden work, your spirit is learning balance, how to hold hope without desperation, how to face reality without losing vision, how to remain steady even when outcomes are uncertain. This is the quiet construction of a stronger inner life, one that will carry you into future seasons with stability and clarity. What is emerging within you is not just survival but maturity, not just endurance but understanding, not just waiting but transformation. And even though you may not fully recognize yourself yet, what is being formed inside you is preparing you for a life that requires exactly the kind of depth you are developing now. My child, now I want to gently bring you to a place of decision, not a place of pressure, but a place of invitation, where your heart is free to respond in honesty and peace. You have heard many things in your inner world, you have carried many thoughts, you have walked through seasons of uncertainty, and now I am standing with you in this moment, asking you to consider what you are willing to release so that you can step into what is being prepared for you. I am not asking you to force anything. I am inviting you to let go of what has been weighing you down for too long. Let go of the fear that tells you everything depends on your control. Let go of the bitterness that has quietly taken space in your heart. Let go of the constant pressure to understand everything before you move forward. These things have not protected you the way you thought they would. They have only made your journey heavier than it was meant to be. Now I am inviting you into something softer, something freer, something more aligned with peace. I am inviting you to trust, even when you cannot see every step ahead. Trust does not mean you will never feel uncertain again. It means you choose not to let uncertainty guide your life. I am inviting you to surrender what you cannot carry alone, not as a loss, but as a release into care that is greater than your strength. I am inviting you to forgive those moments that still echo in your mind, not because they were small, but because holding them has kept your heart in places it was never meant to stay. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is freeing your spirit from what has been weighing it down. And in this invitation there is no rush, there is no condemnation, there is only a gentle calling toward freedom. You do not need to have everything figured out to take this step. You only need to be willing. I am asking you to bring your tired thoughts, your hidden worries, your silent questions, and place them into trust rather than fear. I am asking you to open your hands inwardly and release the need to carry everything alone. This is not a moment of loss. It is a moment of exchange, where heaviness is given up and peace is received in return. I am not asking you to become perfect. I am asking you to become willing to trust that your life is not being forgotten in the process, willing to believe that what is ahead is not empty or random, willing to step away from the burden of control and step into the flow of guidance that has been present even when you did not notice it. There is something sacred in this surrender, something that cannot be explained fully in words but can be felt deeply in the heart. It is the moment when resistance softens, when the inner tension begins to release, when the weight you have carried starts to loosen its grip on your spirit. I am inviting you into that moment now, not to take anything away from you, but to give you space to breathe again. You do not have to fight to be seen. You do not have to struggle to be held together. You do not have to carry everything in your own strength. You are being invited into trust that does not depend on perfect understanding, but on a willingness to rest in something greater than fear. So I gently ask you now, what would it look like for you to release what you have been holding too tightly and allow yourself to step into a quieter place of trust, where your heart no longer has to carry everything alone? This is your invitation, not to become someone else, but to let go of what has been weighing you down so that what is meant for you can begin to unfold with greater peace within your spirit. My child, now I want to gently lift your heart beyond what you are currently able to see, not to remove you from reality, but to expand your understanding of what reality truly holds for you. There is a future unfolding ahead of you that is not defined by the weight you feel today, nor limited by the struggles that have occupied your mind for so long. I know there are moments when your present feels heavy enough to convince you that nothing new could come, but I am speaking to you now from a place beyond that limitation, showing you that what is ahead is not repetition of what you have known, but the beginning of something new, something unfolding, something being carefully prepared in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. There is a new chapter forming, not written by fear, not shaped by disappointment, but guided by restoration, healing, and quiet transformation that begins within your inner world before it is ever seen on the outside. You may not recognize it yet, but small doors are already beginning to shift open in places you once thought were closed permanently. Opportunities that seemed distant are not gone. They are being aligned in timing that will bring clarity instead of confusion, peace instead of pressure. I am not speaking to give you false imagination. I am speaking to remind you that your life is not fixed in the shape of your current season. What feels like limitation today is not the final structure of your story. There is movement ahead, even if you cannot perceive it yet. There is restoration forming in places that once felt broken. There is healing that will reach areas of your heart you thought were too tired to recover. I have seen the path you have walked, and I have also seen the path that is being prepared for you, a path that carries different weight, different light, different understanding. You are not stepping into repetition of pain. You are being guided toward a season where what has been lost is not the final word, where what has been delayed is not the end of possibility, where what has been unclear begins to find form. There are opportunities forming around your life that will not feel forced, but aligned, not rushed, but revealed in the right moment when your heart is ready to receive them without fear. This is how restoration often arrives, not with sudden noise, but with quiet unfolding that gradually changes how you see your own path. I want you to begin to imagine your future, not as a continuation of exhaustion, but as a space where your spirit can breathe again, where your thoughts are not weighed down by constant tension, where your heart is no longer always bracing for disappointment. There is a different rhythm waiting for you, one that is not built on survival alone, but on renewal, where you begin to recognize strength returning in places you thought were permanently drained. The unseen work being done within you is preparing you to step into moments that will feel more open, more aligned, more meaningful than what you have experienced before. I am not asking you to rush toward it. I am inviting you to trust that it is unfolding even now beyond what you can currently measure. There are paths being quietly arranged that will meet you at the right time, bringing clarity where there was confusion, direction where there was uncertainty, and hope where there was heaviness. Your story is not closing, it is expanding. What is ahead is not a repetition of what broke you, but an invitation into what can restore you. Even now, there is movement toward you that you cannot yet see, but your heart already begins to sense it in quiet ways, like a soft anticipation that something is changing beyond the surface. Hold gently to that sense, because it is the beginning of understanding that your future is not empty. It is forming, it is opening, it is becoming ready to meet you in ways that will bring light back into places that once felt dim. My child, as we reach this moment together, I want you to carry with you a sense of peace that is not fleeting, a gentle assurance that you are not alone, and a calm confidence that the journey you have walked has not been in vain. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel the stillness that has been quietly present throughout all the moments of your life, even when you did not notice it. I bless you with understanding that the weight you once carried has a purpose, that the struggles you endured have been shaping your character, and that your heart has been gradually learning how to hold strength alongside gentleness. I want you to feel the restoration that has been forming quietly within you, the healing that continues even when life seems uncertain, the hope that has been quietly growing despite every doubt that tried to fill your mind. Carry with you the awareness that patience, wisdom, resilience, and compassion are now planted deeply within your spirit, ready to guide you through the days ahead, ready to help you extend kindness to yourself and to others, and ready to provide a firm foundation when challenges arise. Remember that even in moments when it felt like nothing was happening, your growth was occurring beneath the surface, quietly, steadily, in ways that will support you for a lifetime. Take this blessing as a reminder that you are equipped to walk into your next chapter with courage, to approach the unseen with faith, to navigate uncertainty with a quiet strength that has been formed in the hidden places of your soul. Allow your heart to rest in the truth that you are prepared for what is coming, that the lessons learned, the patience gained, and the resilience built are all part of a divine shaping that will guide you toward moments of clarity, peace, and joy. I want you to remember that you are not defined by your past struggles, nor by the moments when you felt weak or uncertain, but by the spirit that continues to grow inside you, by the strength that has been quietly cultivated, by the hope that remains even when circumstances seem challenging. Carry forward the understanding that you can approach each new day with a lighter heart, a steadier mind, and a spirit ready to receive the fullness of life that is unfolding in ways you cannot yet see, knowing that every step has been leading you to greater alignment, deeper peace, and a more profound capacity to love and be loved. Hold on to this moment as a seed of calm and assurance, a place where your soul can rest, a place where your spirit can remember that everything you have experienced has been weaving together into a tapestry of purpose, and that you are exactly where you need to be to move forward with grace. Let the final thought of this time with me be that you are never abandoned, you are never overlooked, and you are always guided toward the next season with intention and care. May your heart be lightened, your mind be clear, your spirit be steady, and your steps be sure. Walk forward carrying this blessing like a gentle lamp to guide you, a quiet stream of peace to soothe your soul, and a warm embrace that reminds you that no matter what comes, you are held, you are cherished, and you are ready for the next chapter of your life.